But it's that point, right, where you just it's the gambler logic, right? It's like I've lost 100 times, right? One more roll, this will be the turnaround. Like Destiny is due me this, okay? It owes me big. And it just keeps getting worse and worse. But Bait, as you said, off to a promising start. We have opened up the draft though with a Venge pick. Ban wise, there will be a focus on getting rid of that Ember. Definitely a lot of issues caused for them. But other than that, nothing too out of the ordinary in terms of bans.
It's a hero that Miracle also makes work really well. Miracle, he did have a couple of misplays here and there that last game. I'm not gonna. Obviously, he's one of the best players in the world, once considered the best. But that last game could have been a bit better considering he had a completely free laning stage. Afterwards, he got picked off a little bit too easily a couple of times. But then again, he was playing versus an X assassin, and it's so easy to catch Ember with his Flame Guard on when you have that Carapace.
Yeah. Whereas this time around, Nigma opt to open up with something that's a lot harder to kind of catch off guard, right? Like we've seen time and time again how close you can come to bursting a Kunkka and then him turning around. And there's potential flex. I don't think we've seen too much free Kunkka, and I don't think we've seen any support Kunkka out of Nigma recently. Most likely this is a miracle hero. But that fits the way they draft, right? Yeah, a monkey.
There
yes,
you go.
Here we go.
All right, guys. Calling it the whole first game, man.
Because I remember
it's Chrysalis, right?
Yeah, so like I remember like Zarya and Trent have been cast in the last few days, and they weren't familiar with Chrysalis. Like for me, like I said, I played pub games with this guy, I talked to this guy a lot, and I'm just sitting there watching the whole cast, and like they're gonna pick Monkey King, and then the moment it comes out, and I just watch the game go, and by the end, Twitch chat is like, wow, this guy is really good on Monkey King, and then everyone just Googles him and goes, 2,000 games? What the hell? It's like, yup, yeah, that'll do it to you.
That's a lot. That's a lot of games on Monkey King. Yeah, but we'll see. This matchup, at least, Monkey King versus Kunkka, it's kind of iffy. Like Monkey King definitely has a favorable lane, right? It's a good lane for him, but he needs to be really careful once Kunkka gets 6 because it gives so much potential for one roaming support to roll in with X marks the spot with the torrent, and it's just so easy to take down Monkey if he's not careful enough. But you said it, he has 2,000 games on that Monkey, so I guess he'll know what to do there. This is another one.
Oh dear.
This is another one. Yeah. So Viper, not only is he good in the laning stage versus Monkey, but later on you have that Nether Toxin to just deal with his Jingu stacks as well. So it's gonna be a bit hard for Monkey to play against the Viper. It's considered one of the best counters to him.
Yeah, it's just a case of whether if we get into a game of musical lanes, rather, who can get out ahead there? Because right now, like you're tempted, right? The tempting fruit is there for the Monkey King. It's like one lane feels really good, the other one really bad.
I'll tell you right now, Viper gets ahead. No matter what lane, Viper gets ahead. Like whatever you put versus we, I think we is gonna be playing it right. So whoever you lane against the Viper is not gonna have a lot of fun. It's gonna be hard. Okay, Phoenix picked up by Bait. They have some good combo, right? You have the Monkey King ulti. Yeah, circles. Monkey King ulti, Phoenix ulti, Vengeful Spirit for some stuns as well. And these 3 heroes from Nigma, they all hit hard, but none of them hit fast. So the egg should be quite easy to pull off on the side of Bait. So far, at least.
Yeah. Speak for your own Viper builds. I've seen this lad in the late game, all right? He's a Gatling gun. I think that's usually the issue, right? It's like most of the time you get to that hyper late game scenario and you don't have a hero that has anywhere near enough attack speed to take down like an Ags Phoenix, for example, over level 3 egg.
Yeah, Ags Phoenix level 3 egg is for these 3 heroes unkillable, like at any given point in the game. Maybe if Viper has like Mjolnir AC, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah, it's like that's like in a vacuum. If you reach the 40+ minute stage of the game, anything can usually kill anything.
Yeah. They also have the Vengeful Spirit to swap things into the Monkey King's ulti, right? So you have that. It's not really the best save for the Monkey because if you're saving him out of his ulti, then you're kind of putting him out of it as well, right? So it's not that great. It's not like an oracle, but still pretty solid. And you will have Sunray to keep him up and alive a little bit longer. But I really like the Viper response from Nigma. I have to say, it's a very solid hero versus Monkey.
Is it me, or does this look like a really good Mars game right now for Bait?
For Bait, yeah, certainly. I would love a Mars as well. I'm actually quite surprised that it hasn't been opened with today at all, like Phoenix Mars. So was it? Did Fight Moon do it today? I think they
I
did,
think we
right? It
had
was
one Mars.
yeah.
Yeah, we had a
It
Mars
was
Phoenix game, but they didn't lane
yeah.
together, right? They had, was it the Bane? I think. Is that
Yeah,
the Bane
yeah,
one?
but it's not about the lane really. It's about the combo of their ultis later on in the game. This is also a solid one. They get an axe. It's also pretty decent. Also kind of problematic versus the Viper because of the Nether Toxin, right? It can damage the axe a bit. But you do have a hero that can follow up the egg. And a really good one whose cooldown is also really low. That's very important too. You every single time you have that egg, the X should be able to jump in and call because his cooldown on the call is insignificant.
It's also there's some quite nice about the complementary elements of Monkey and Axe, right? It's this run at you and snowball type combo, right? Because you go and you get a dunk, everyone moves forward for another. Monkey King's a hero that usually kind of propels off that one kill, right? Like he gets Jingu, go next kill. We've seen it from the mid a lot, right? Where Monkey Kings will maybe TP to a lane just to keep the killing going.
I don't think we're gonna see a lot of Jingus on this monkey though. Considering there's a Viper inside, it's gonna be yeah, there's a Viper, but at the same time, there is a guy that has played the hero 2,000 times.
And also, the Viper's going to want to be on the mid, and it's usually quite a
Yeah.
stationary hero, right? It doesn't move away from that lane that much.
And when found in a situation such as that one, I kind of always go with the guy that played the hero 2,000 times. You know, it's I'm always like that because
It's kind of the Arise Magnus factor, right? It's like, well,
Yeah.
Magnus countered by 5 heroes in this game, but it is Arise.
and he played versus that multiple times in his pubs or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows exactly which item build he needs. Perhaps in this game, Monkey will get a fast BKB, you know. It's not like it's impossible for him to play, it's just a bit more difficult. And I'd rather put him on a hero that he has played 2,000 times in a bad matchup than on a hero that he has played 20 times but on a good matchup, you know? You get my point. It's
We saw it with VP as well, right? Where Epi Kid, when he first joined that team, he was always giving his PLs, his Nagas, because they knew that's what he was comfortable on. And then, you know, now look at him months later, where he's actually expanded his hero pool into like something to be feared. And Wind Ranger to round it out. This does look like a Dendy Wind Ranger to me. This
it should be. It's one of those heroes that can trade a bit with Viper because you have that wind run as well. Oh!
Uh-oh. They remembered it last game. They seem to have forgotten about the Meepo this time around.
All right, so this should mean that the Viper is on the side lane.
Which is what you want, because you want the Monkey King to deal with, right?
Yeah, but if you're bait, you put the Monkey King mid. Actually, mid Monkey is really good versus Meepo. Now, there's one way for Meepo to deal with the Monkey King on the mid lane successfully. We'll see if Wii does it. But if this Monkey King has 2,000 games on Monkey, and he's playing versus Wii's Meepo, Wii also has like 2,000 games on Meepo. It kind of evens out. And the Monkey King does win that matchup, at least in the laning stage. And he can snowball out of control if he has like a good game versus a Meepo. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing this, how they will play it. Will Dandy go side lane, or will they put Dandy mid versus Wii? Because I really think Bait have a huge opportunity to just put Chrysalis versus Wii on that mid lane. It would be game winning for them if that lane goes well.
And we've seen how advantageous it is to have these two cores who can interchange their roles, right? Like, at the moment, I think OG would be the perfect example of a team that's been doing it, where Sumail will take the mid, Thompson takes the safe lane. It just allows you to approach these type of drafts and take the maximum potential advantage you can out of just the heroes alone. So we'll have to see. I mean, Nigma is still a pretty scary lineup. I always look, when I see something like a Meepo and this type of lineup, and Viper, these kind of harder to kill heroes where you have to hard commit, I always look at a hero like Kunkka and what his impact can be. And Rom in this game can get
It's
a lot done.
amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. It's so good. And if Meepo has a free laning stage, later on this is a free Meepo game. It's all about the snowball effect from the Meepo. If Chrysalis is able to shut him down in the laning stage and then continuously chase him across the map, slowing down his level 11 and just crushing him while he farms the side camps, then this game is really good for bait. Because Meepo can never really catch up and it's difficult. But if he fails at doing that, and then Meepo just gets that E-Blade very early on, like 13 minutes in, and just crushes you so fast.
I think it's fair to say it's whoever wins this mid lane will very likely decide the game. And we haven't quite seen what they're doing with these lanes just yet. Dendy, yeah, he bought his own tangos. It is mid.
It's mid Monkey
King.
Yeah.
I think you just have to. It's just, like you said, it's just too good in that matchup. You know, considering how much Monkey King has played, you could imagine a lot of those games were just as much in the mid as in the safe lane.
Especially if you're doing it against the Meepo as well. It's considered a counter, really. Monkey King is considered a counter in the laning stage and afterwards, so...
I think
this is the true test. This is the true test for Chrysalis.
Well, that's true. He's at his most comfortable, and when you look at the rest of the heroes, it's not a bad lineup versus what Nigma has.
Actually, interesting that we didn't go for the build that I thought he might, so... Basically, one of the ways to deal with the monkey mid as a Meepo is you start with boots.
Yep.
Yeah, you start with boots. That's how I do it, at least. And it has been very beneficial to me, at least. Every Monkey King out of the last 10 ones I've won on mid lane. You just start with boots and you play around the Jingu stacks. You back out on time.
We saw how valuable that adaptation can be as well.
By the way,
right?
they swapped.
Yeah, they swapped it.
Yeah. I'm sad. I actually wanted to see this matchup more than anything else.
And the thing is that they didn't expect these deep wards, right? That's what spotted it. Like, look at the vision that Nigma have. Will they stick to it, though?
They know about that ward. They should know about that ward. They scouted it with last hero. Axe was there. They should have warded it right away.
I mean, credit where credit is due. We saw this in game 1 at the start of the game. They are very good at identifying these wards that are coming out at the beginning of the game.
Most certainly. Supports are always there on time to scout the wards out and de-ward them. At least one of them has a sentry and one of them has boots to find those wards early enough.
Okay, Liz. I got one for you. If Monkey King and Meepo never stop running between lanes, which team is better off?
Monkey King, definitely. I think, at least. Because for Meepo, it's really important to get his level 11 as soon as possible.
They just tricked them, by the way.
Yeah, Meepo is just farming the jungle, I see. That kind of works, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think his intention is to stay here, but I think just the other day there was a weird game where both the carries had gone to the jungle like 2 minutes in and didn't come out. So, wouldn't be the first time it's happened here beyond Epic.
Yeah, this is very beneficial to Monkey King already to bait. They're loving this right now. But he will go mid, Viper will go bottom. And now if you use your TP, yeah, Chrysalis is just moving away. Because he can't TP, right? If he TPs, nothing's changed. Meepo just TPs back, so he needs to just run back mid.
It's just that moment when you walk by each other, you tip the hat, you're like, we'll be here again. I'll see you again in a minute, buddy, okay?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, musical lanes.
The Viper, look at him. Hello, Miracle. Hello again, sir. Welcome
Miracle
back.
just starts a rant on Reddit. When are they going to add creeps to the river, okay? Oh, nice shackle shot, a waste a bit of their time.
Yeah, because they maybe could have even went on Chrysalis there, but GH has used all his mana so far, trying to rotate from one side to another.
Well, Chrysalis has had enough of this. He's going on a Miracle, and he might be able to do it. Shackle shot, roll through, gets blocked by Dendy. It's a race to see who can get it first. Chrysalis with the dodge coming out, and it's not enough. No! They actually get the first blood on Dendy. He gets the kill in Miracle. Yes, Chrysalis gives his life, but they get the first blood. Now GH, he's got a stick. There's a shackle shot.
Okay,
Jesus,
they do get some kills, right?
But Meepo.
but Meepo, exactly. He's been left alone. Completely. He has his 2 raid bands. He's level 3.5. Monkey King is level 2. Like, Monkey King now, when he comes to mid lane, he's no longer a fear factor. Like, he no longer threatens Meepo at all. Just because he's already level 4, more or less.
Well, the good news is at least Axe has been getting stuff done. The bad news is mind control. They've been ignoring each other's farming.
Yeah, Axe just creep skipping, farming the medium camp as well. Kunkka doing the same with the hard camp.
I guess at least 5-Up's been benefiting from all this. He was more or less left of his own devices in the bot lane, as everyone else was the one rotating.
How is Monkey now? Level 3. Yeah, Meepo almost. Yeah, he's got his 4. He's got the second Meepo ready. He's stacking, he's farming. This is pretty much a point in which Monkey usually has to be already ahead, and he isn't, so it's gonna be fine as well. At least he has a lane to farm in. At least he's actually benefiting a little bit on this mid lane.
He sounds like an orphaned pet. At least he found a new home, you know?
Yeah, at least someone took him. You know, at least someone took him. That's something.
You know what? Imagine if we still had 2-minute runes, how easily this would have been decided on the matchup in the mid. Just one of them finds a haste and then just outmaneuvers the other. Easy win.
Bot lane, Kuro.
Ench gone. Roll out by GH will be successful. Towards Dendi, though. No shackle shot for 5. He could use the wind run to slow him, but it's just not worth it.
Is it not worth it? Does he have mana for a stun on Venge? He doesn't, so because of that, probably
they might
hard
just casually
to win.
click and power shot him, though.
Yeah.
Oop. Nope. Too many creeps in the way, and now Fishman in trouble. He's got 5
It's the
stacks on him.
raindrop. Right, it's the
he's staying
raindrop
alive.
as well.
No, he's gonna do it. He's gonna sneak the runes. No, Miracle just about has vision of him. All right, Dendi will get it instead, though. That almost worked, though. These early tranks for the Venge has definitely paid off for him.
I mean, the supports are always the happiest when you have these lane swaps, right? They stay in the lane, they just farm up, they get a couple of CS, suddenly they're more wealthier than ever at this point in the game.
Wasn't that was towards when you were getting to the end of your pro career, right, Liz? Is when the musical laning was at its most. You know, every minute people would TP. Yeah. You were loving it, right?
Yeah, 2018. That's pretty much when it was really popular. The end of 2017 is when Ursa was picked all the time. Remember, Ursa and Wind Ranger, and then put them on position 4 or mid lane. That's when it started like being really prominent.
And then to kind of counter that, I think there was changes to TPs plus the fact that Chen was just getting picked more and more. Or was it Cole back then?
You wouldn't start with 3 TPs back then. That's the thing.
Wait, was it Chen or Cole back then? I think it was Cole back then that had the recall.
It was Kotl, but he needed level 6. So
that's right.
Yeah, it was a bit later on in the game.
Yeah, Chen came along, I think, towards the end of the TP meta, just dealing with itself.
It was a nice addition to the hero. It helped out so much with these lanes.
Vengeful, I kind of got bored of listening to Sniff cry about how bad Chen is. Fishman is low. Shackle shot through to control up Miracle, but before he leaves, he will take a kill with him. However, they might take something in return. There's a dive under the tower. The burn is getting him low. 5 up. He isn't going to live. Miracle will, though, and he's got a salve. Oh, that rolls well. Dendi has got the win run, so he'll be able to get away, but all that effort and Miracle just lives. That's a problem.
Last hero
this is good.
Did find Meepo here, but
you need some serious RNG.
Serious help and serious RNG, but mind control is coming as well.
Yeah,
this
but the
might be really bad.
Chrysalis tried to actually make the kill happen, but they're too little too late, and now the turnaround opportunity means the last hero should be going down. Chrysalis holds onto the boundless strike, just tries to actually escape. He can't hang around because mind control is too damn tanky.
He does manage to escape at least, but that's really not the play for Max. Like I understand this. You have phase boots and wind lace, and it's one of those builds that really allows you to rotate from the jungle towards the mid lane. But Meepo isn't a hero that you're gonna kill. He has level 2 Ransack. Imagine if he had level 3 Ransack there. You're just never killing him. Just the 2 of you, Monkey and Axe. You need like a minute to do everything, you know, to actually deal enough damage.
Yeah, especially when you look at the build that Monkey King has, right? He's got 2 points in the tree dance, so you haven't got, oh, I've got Jingu and now I do a quadrillion damage. It's only level 2 Jingu.
I think this might also be some sort of a recovery from Monkey, right? Because it makes it a bit easier for him to farm the jungle camps as well.
No, that's fair enough. Like, if you're not bullying from level 1, it's not worth leveling the Jingu as
Bottom
much.
lane.
Shackle shot was off the mark. Miracle really knew what was coming. A nice boulder smash through gets the kill on the Fishman. Vibe up. He wants this. Last time this cost him his life. This time, however, they'll be able to find the kill on Chrysalis. Phoenix will go down afterwards. And GH
He has no TP.
Ooh, just the tip won't tickle. Chrysalis hasn't got enough length there to hit him initially, but the shackle shot ensures that GH is going nowhere.
Chrysalis gets him. He gets a double kill with that rotation, which is very good for him. Kuroki is using that time to pressure the mid-tier 1 tower, so he's getting something out of that. But that's a great rotation from the Monkey King. He got a lot out of it. 900 gold, that's solid.
That's the difference between these two, right? We said how each of these can take over the game. Monkey should have the advantage to counters. If you can't deal with the Meepo in the lane, you know that Meepo is going to want some time to farm, whereas Monkey King's kind of a get levels and go type hero. And now Faded Brooch, that would just make this even easier.
Yeah, my concern only for Bait right now is the fact that they can deal with the Monkey with the Viper. And overall, Meepo, if he's super farmed, is just stronger. Miracle, bot lane. The shackle shot didn't connect.
Yeah, and now he's already in, which is problematic. You get the Wukongs down, they'll bat him away, though. He needs to get some life stealing quick. Magic Missile comes out. Ench is going to die, the last hero in the top lane in the meantime. Chrysalis, he's going to tick.
He's dead, yeah.
This is getting a little bit rough now.
How you doing?
Yeah. At the same time, the Phoenix died as well to Meepo. So he got an extra kill. Yeah. He could decide now. We could have decided to just pressure this tier 1 on mid lane. He could have even gotten it, I think. Like, he could kill it alone. But he understands that level 11 is a bit more important. Once he gets that, farming patterns just open up. Also, killing patterns open up. So he doesn't risk it for a tier 1 at the moment, when he can take it even easier in a minute or two.
And you can kind of sense that desperation comes out from Bait, right? Like, they're trying to make these kills happen to make sure Monkey King can contest. Sure, you take out that tower, but as you said, just the levels, just accelerating this Meepo, 10 times more important. And you know that the Axe isn't going to go for a Blink Rush. This is what always happens, right? Axes, they feel like they have a good game, they get too tempted, they go for a Vanguard. However,
Last hero.
with enough heroes coming, Mind Control might bait himself to his death. And there it is, they'll move in, Core's going to come out. Hello! Bait decided to bring all 3 cores here. That's how much they love you. I'll just dodge the boat casually. Oh, that's not how you dank. Look at the kill, though.
Just X marking the Phoenix for the lulz, you know, just to do something. But you know what? I think Mind Control just did that to play with him, you know. He casts his spells, goes on to the Axe. He knows he's not gonna kill him 100%. He just does it anyway.
Kills happen in bot, though, as Fishman gets dove and picked off. And with the catapult here, that's going to be at least half the HP of the tier 1 bot gone.
So it's just a sad situation for Mind Control, because they were rotating right at that time. I'm not sure if he did that to break the smoke as well. That could be a possibility too. If he forces the smoke to go on him, everyone else on his side that's more important, such as Viper and Meepo, they're doing their thing, they're farming, so
I mean,
it's a good play.
It's sad for him, but it's sadder for Dendi. Look at this win rate. This is a core win ranger right now. It looks like a POS 4 Wind Ranger if you look at the XP chart.
Yeah, what happened?
He's been rotating.
I actually, yeah. He's been rotating, but he hasn't been hitting creeps at all, it looks like, on the bottom lanes. I mean, Viper was rotating as well, right? I guess he just lost that lane bottom real hard.
Yeah, like you saw that they were going past the creep wave every time. They would try for these kills. I guess there's also the fact that they did commit 3 heroes bot, right? So you're going to be under-leveled anyway. It's a tough one. And, you know, Dendi, he needs to be the playmaker in this type of game, because the Monkey King, he's still trying to actually get to that point where he's a big threat. And instead, he'll be the one threatened here. Nice dodge out, but Monkey King's still stunned up, and now the egg's going to go down as well, but we arrive, so we'll be able to take out the egg. They'll crack that one and make an omelet. Chrysalis has to turn around and fight, but it's too little too late. Miracle will live. 3 dead on the side of Bait, and this is getting out of control. 7,000 net worth lead at 30 minutes in, and the X comes out. Dendi, I don't think that power shot was worth what the outcome is next. He'll get the kill in the GH, but he will die.
At least he gets a small little kill on her spirit, you know. For him, it's worth it because he's so underleveled and underfarmed. So at least that's something. But you know, this is...
E-Blade.
Yeah. What did I say? Literally 13 minutes,
you said
right?
14
Remember?
minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. This is the problem. Like, if you can easily look at this game and say that Bait got outdrafted completely, but what the reality is, they just set up their lanes really well. They played around the Monkey King and his potential really well, and because of that, they're just having everything right now. If the lanes were set up differently, if Monkey King starts mid from the get-go, it's a completely different story. If the lanes weren't like switched up all the time, I think they would have a much better time at the moment.
I think
Top
one
lane,
thing
Axe.
we'll highlight a sec after Axe bites the dust. It's bound to happen. There's too many spells swap out, but they'll just chase even deeper. They might not even take the Venge as a bonus kill. So through the tower, Sato will tank it.
Yeah, Phoenix has to be careful, actually.
No egg for 15. He could dive away if he wasn't torrent up. They're already moving forward. He's going to dive the other way. He says, mind games, boys. Chrysalis is now here, but you're a little bit outnumbered. Dendy moves in onto Miracle. The break is there, so Chrysalis cannot even try and get lifesteal. He'll pound the strike just to try and control them up so Dendy gets the kill. But now Dendy is in a bit of trouble, being slowed down. Torrent. Oh, Dendy knows. Shackle shot. Wrong hero.
We'll Why didn't he shackle Kunkka there?
I'm not sure.
If he shackles Kunkka, it latches onto the Ench, right?
But if he shackles Ench, it latches onto the Ench.
Nothing. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunate. Maybe a misclick. Maybe he thought Ench will get in front. I'm not sure. But yeah, the game is slowly... Nah, he's not gonna get him. But the game is slowly just falling apart for Bait now. You can really see it. I'm not sure how well Monkey will be able to recover. There's definitely a chance to fight around this Rosh next. This next Rosh could be huge for them because Egg is in a really good position if you put it just outside or just inside when Meepo is, let's say, hitting the Roshan or not in the best position. So
and you're about to have Blink Dagger on Axe as well. That's the biggest deal. So, like, you could potentially do it. Although, last hero is going to want them to commit the Egg first if he has to blink in, because you mentioned it already, the Ransack will just obliterate Axe.
Also, Phoenix is underrated versus Meepo sometimes. Egg is bad versus Meepo, no doubt about it, because it's very easy for Meepo to take it down. But let's say if they get a whale on Phoenix, that's definitely the item you need to go for here. Your Sun Ray just melts. Yeah, your Sun Ray melts Meepo.
Yeah, and the Fire Spirits are good, right? Because the attack speed reduction, they're getting ready to go, and there's the call. They need to get... No, they cut the tree! Monkey King! Phoenix did get the good egg, but it's not going to be good enough. And then Chrysalis, his Wukong's is way too late. A fatal error coming up from Bait, and all they've done is bait it themselves. Oh, and Dendi. Wind run to try and get away. This time's a little bit too late. He'll live, but that is a fatal error coming out from Bait. I mean, if you thought this Meepo was a problem already, well, he's an unsolvable one right now with an Aegis in his hands.
Yeah, about to finish Skadi as well. He has that ultimate orb. So many things went wrong for them. The call was good. The egg was pretty much... maybe could have been a bit better, you know, further away from the Meepo, but it was as good as you can get it at this point.
Liz, how would you rate diving through the tree the Monkey King is on?
Diving through the tree, however, is problematic because also he didn't have Boundless Strike to work with because he was stunned, right? So he couldn't Boundless Strike the Meepos. That was very unfortunate. I've seen it happen though, even before I've seen it happen. So
it's a painful moment as well, right? Because people are like, oh god, what 5UP doing? Like 5UP has done a lot in this series. Like he done so much in game one, and just proves one error can cost you so much.
Yeah,
it's such a critical moment. And they're pinging out. They know. Look at this ward. I mean, Chrysalis is basically playing with that ward at this point. He's just rubbing up against it. They won't be able to find him. He's like, enough of your shenanigans. It's time for my shenanigans.
Torrent almost connects, but not really. Axe is split pushing mid lane as well. But, you know, Nigma, they're pretty much at that point in which they might threaten the high ground. There is one extra tier 2 to be taken first.
They'll probably open it up because, like, let's be real, their lineup could take the entire base if it's accessible. Shackle shot will force them back, but that's a runaway straight away. And GH says, no, please hit me. Come closer. He's off the mark, though. He won't be able to interrupt the TP out. Benj also makes it out. But, however, on the other side, Chrysalis, E-Blade, he tried to dodge it out a little bit too late, and they'll move forward with the net. Sunray being used against Wee, helping out, keeping Chrysalis alive. He needs to actually get the life steal. He won't be able to. He's brought down. Cool's going to come out. Axe does go in, but look at the ransack. It's nowhere near quick enough. And last hero, Wee says, if you really want this fight, I'll give it to you, but I don't think you're going to like the end result. And he's still hunting for more. Look at the other Meepo. Chasing forward. E-Blade's going to come out on the Fishman. And the only thing being fished here is Wee for kills. All of a sudden, you're in your base, and the creeps are coming in. Nigma are not wasting any time. We have equal net worth to minutes passed in the game.
It's like they're doing all the right moves, but a second too late. Meepo TPs to one side together with the Viper. He leaves some Meepos behind. Because of that, Bait jump on top of him, but they don't jump all together. And Phoenix doesn't use that Sunray from the get-go. Instead, he's... I don't know, you can launch Fire Spirits in the Sunray, so he could have done both, I assume, at the same time. He would have dealt more damage and healed Monkey King more. But the saddest part is that late Axis jump. He jumps after Monkey King is dead.
And that's the thing, right? Like, yes, you could say that Beta fragmented, but so would Nigma in that situation. We was basically alone, and he still managed to fight back. Now, when they're together, like, how do you get through them? We mentioned the buff from the boat already. Crimson guys on mind control. You know, they got the heals there from Kuro. It's a very tall order to try and reach Nigma's lineup like this.
The Aegis will be taken in a minute and a half. So if you can just hold on to your high ground for that long and fight them afterwards. I really, like, fighting them right now is game losing.
Which means you're going to have to surrender something. One lane at least. Luckily for you, he is more interested in expanding his net worth lead as he's farming the rest of the map. And only having one of his Meepos here.
Yeah, he's actually farming with 3 different Meepos in 3 different places. Meanwhile, his main Meepo is just whacking on the tower.
They got what they wanted.
That is.
He took all the runes and now he has them in full force. You know, anyone would think that this is Wee's base. He looks so at home here.
How much longer? 30 seconds. They are starting to bring him a bit lower.
Dragging him in. Wukong's going to go down. Chrysalis gets it all off this time, but now the dive through. They need a good egg on the back line. Looks good, but Monkey King is already gone. And that egg is left all alone with nothing to follow up on. As they lose almost the entire team. Yes, they pop the Aegis, but Dendi is the only one left alive. He has an MKB, but he's already used the focus fire. And that's going to be another lane. That's going to be a GG call. Bait realize they are beat. 21 minutes in, 26,000 net worth lead. Nigma assert dominance as they take the series 2-0.
It's just so sad in the end as well, the way the game ended. Because sometimes, if you delay the Meepo a bit too long, you can have like that one extra attempt to win the game, right? And in this game, maybe Phoenix does really well, and if Monkey King gets a lot of farm, they could take it later on, right? But they just couldn't get there because they took this last fight